Hey guys, I'm so glad to have you tune in for this Meal Planning 101. It's going to be based on the container system, and I am Jen Pratt. I'm going to be sharing you all the knowledge that I have about it. I am founder of Team Ablaze, and I've been a coach for about 2.5 years, and we really pride ourselves on not selling, but offering suggestions based off of what we have seen work and bring results for our customers and for ourselves as well. So we want to share that with you guys, and we are totally pumped about it. So make sure you ask questions if you have any questions. Nutrition is so important to get down with any of the programs or the container system, whatever it is that you're doing, because 80% of your results come from nutrition. So let's master it and make it a part of our lifestyle and really be able to just balance life with nutrition and not focus on food too much, right? Right. Let's do this. So before I get started, so you don't think that I'm like the crazy meal planning lady, I want to tell you a little bit about myself. Like I said, I've been a coach for about 2.5 years, and I became a coach for the highest level of accountability because I was a runner, but I couldn't force myself, I couldn't get myself, I couldn't find that motivation to just stick with a strength training program. I just couldn't do it. I would talk myself out of it. I would be good for 2 days, and then I would fall off the wagon for the rest of the week, and I would start on Monday, right? Because that's how it works. So the whole coaching thing has just been a huge transformation for me mentally, because I've been able to go all in. I've been able to push past my fears. Sometimes when you are getting ready to start a new program, we get a little nervous of what it's going to be like when we finish. Are we going to be what we think? Are we going to be enough? Are we going to be able to maintain it, or whatever it is? But just know that you can do it. It is a journey. It is hard, and your goals are going to change. But along the way, you're going to learn more about yourself, and you're going to grow as a person. And that's what I've learned through being a coach. And I love paying it forward. And I'm a total foodie, so that's why meal planning is so important to me. So get your 3 sheets of paper, because that's what we're going to meal plan with today. So on your first sheet of paper, you're going to write number 1, because it's your first sheet, and then you're going to put a line down the center of it, and you're going to put meal menu on one side and then grocery on the other side. So then we're going to be able to meal plan here and then just go down and tally up like what we need from the grocery based off of that. Underneath of menu, you're going to want to make a B for breakfast, leave a little space, do snack, so S for snack, leave a little space, L, again space, S for another snack, D for dinner, and T for treats. So that's what my sheet looks like. And it's going to be a hot mess when I'm done with it. That's all I'm saying. So before we get into the breakdown of how I do the meal planning and all of that, let's talk about the container system and the tiers, because you need to know which tier you're going to fall in before you're able to plan how many vegetables you need in a day. So there is, regardless of what program you're doing, most of them are based off of the container system now, but the sheet I have here is just for the 21-day fix. There's a calculation you're going to need to do at the top. It's based on your weight. So the old girl, the old me that was uncomfortable in her skin and wanted results fast would have jumped to the lowest tier and would have been like, all right, I need to eat the least amount to get the results that I want fastest. But that's not how it works. So Beachbody has done the science behind everything, behind all of these programs, and it drives results, you guys. So stick to the plan 100%. Don't think that your way. Don't be the old me. Just do what you need to do. Go all in with it. And I guarantee that you will make progress towards your goal. So do the calculation based off of your weight. Figure out which tier you're in. And let's just say we're in tier A here. So this is all of the containers that you get in one day. So the 21-day fix has 4 tiers on this one. So it's, you find what bracket you're in and you go straight down, and that's what they are. So as for the containers, we have these. This is the green one, which is the vegetables. We have purple for fruit. We have the red for protein. We have yellow for carbs. And the way that you measure these is they come with a lid. You want to, okay, again, the old me. We're going to talk about her a lot. She's really cool, but she wasn't healthy. So you want to not pack it down or have a heaping portion. You want to be able to comfortably fit the lid on top. and then you're going to dump it out onto your plate. The reason you're going to dump it out onto your plate is so that you can learn what a proper portion size is going to look like to you. So yellow is for carbs. So say you put rice in here, you would want to be able to put this on and then dump it on your plate, and then you're going to start picking up on this over time. We have blue, which is healthy fats, and then we have orange, which is also healthy fats like nuts, seeds, dressings, that sort of thing. And then teaspoons count as well, which it doesn't come with that. You have to use your own, but that's totally fine. And you would do like peanut butter, almond butter, oils, that sort of thing with that. We good? We're good. Okay. So know which tier you're in. Another thing, with all of the programs, they come with a nutrition guide. The nutrition guide is the tool that Beachbody gives you so that you can reference this as much as you want. It comes with recipes. It comes with all kinds of like seasonings and Shakeology, good stuff in there. I love it. For all of the different containers, it has a list of approved foods. So this is the healthy fats, would be like avocado or cheese, coconut milk, and then the red. The red is protein. You know you're getting the hang of the containers when you start talking in colors instead of like, oh, I'm eating, I had 4 reds today, instead of like, oh, I had 4 chicken breasts or whatever. You'll get the hang of it. It does take a little bit of time, so just stick with it and keep pushing through. The higher up on the list it is, the more nutrient dense it is. So here, I don't know if you can see it, it says sardines. Some people are into sardines, some people aren't. If you are, have at it, because you are going to eat the most nutrient dense protein that there is. There's also cottage cheese on here down towards the bottom. So maybe if it's on the list, you can eat it and it counts towards a red. Just follow the different ways to measure it. So like for eggs is on here. Eggs counts as a red, and 2 large eggs counts as 1. So you're not going to dump the eggs in here to measure it. You're going to eat 2 large eggs and assume it's a red. Capiche? Capiche. Also, because a lot of people have the misconception that when you're eating healthy, you eat bland, nasty stuff. And that's just not the case, because we have the ability to spice things up. You can have hot sauce is a free food, so you can use hot sauce. There's a bunch of different seasonings that you can use, but don't be over salting your stuff. That's going to help make you retain water, and we don't want that. We want to just make sure there's a good balance of everything there. But again, read through those nutrition guides from front to back, and it'll really help you along the way. Let's see here. I'm not a huge fan of saying that you're going to lose 15 pounds in 21 days. Is it possible? Yeah, I saw my brother do it, and he totally rocked it. But every body is different, and everybody is going to have different holdbacks or different strengths and weaknesses that come with food. So just stick to the plan as best as you can, and just know that by investing in yourself and in your health, you're going to see results. You're going to, whether it's mental, physical, emotional, anything, you're going to make one step forward towards your goal. So as far as water goes, make sure you drink half of your body weight in ounces. And if you are a coffee drinker, make sure that you cut out the sugar that you add into that. You're allowed a teaspoon of sweetener a day, which would be like honey or stevia, but you wouldn't want to put a teaspoon of stevia in your stuff. That would be way too much. And then creamers, there's an approved list in there of the creamers that you can use. So make sure you read that or Google it or whatever you need to do. Before you start a program and before you dive all in with your nutrition, make sure you take measurements, hop on the scale, and take before pictures, because with each program, you can actually turn in your results, your before and after pictures, and you get a free t-shirt or a free prize just for investing in your health, which is awesome. Or keep them to yourself, whatever. But if you are making progress, you are going to inspire the heck out of somebody. So just know that. All right, let's dive into this. So we have our list here. So the easiest way that I have found is to go through and think of 3 things that you want. I'm the type of girl that can eat the same thing every day out of simplicity. If it's prepped and ready to go, I will eat it, and I'm good with that. Amanda, I know you're that way too. So for this, let's just pick 3 things. So Amanda, write down 3 things that you typically eat for breakfast. And I'm going to write down a few things too. So Shakeology is always a go-to for me. It's either a snack or it's breakfast. So I'm going to write Shakeology. Let's say chia pudding, or let's do oats. And omelets. Omelets are always easy because you can get veggies and your protein in there too. So let's do an omelet. And then next to the omelet, let's write in the different things that you want to eat with it. So do you want to put in, let's put in spinach because that's always a super easy one. Mushrooms. And if you want cheese, put cheese. I'll probably do peppers. Okay, so then we have 3 options throughout the entire week for breakfast. Let's move down to our snacks. Snacks are a good time for, I tend to fill in fruits during that time. So I'm going to put fruit and nuts maybe. And another good one is like a veggie and hummus. Or I know, Amanda, one of your favorites is the Greek yogurt with fruit. You do Greek yogurt with half a banana and 2 teaspoons of peanut butter. Is that you?
No, it's Greek yogurt and peanut butter, cinnamon, and I'm missing something, and honey. And a drizzle of honey. Amazing!
That sounds good. All right, so I put that down. So I'm going to put Shakeology here because that could be a good one too. And then hard-boiled eggs is a really easy one for if you say you didn't have the omelet for breakfast, you could just have hard-boiled eggs for a snack too. Okay, now let's go to lunch. So lunch. A salad jar is always really easy because if you have mason jars at home, you can layer them. So you put the squishy stuff at the bottom. So it would be like tomatoes or whatever. I usually pack my dressing in this. But so squishy stuff at the bottom, and then I end with the protein. And then this, like the spinach or the leaves or whatever you're doing for the actual salad will go on the top, and then you put the lid on. Before you go to eat it, you just dump it out onto a plate and you're good to go. It's so easy. So I'm going to put mason jar salad. And let's just do super basic. Why not chicken with rice and broccoli, or a veggie of choice. And then we're making a bunch of different meals, so we'll prep dinners and stuff. Let's say we'll have leftovers one day. So hopefully you guys are kind of getting the hang of this. The part that I tend to overthink a lot is the dinner part, because I can never decide, okay, we had this last week, what are we going to have this week? But I'm just going to do a simple, easy way for you guys to just bust through it. And you can use this system as well. Okay, so other snacks would be, for me personally, I get a craving in the afternoon usually. So that's when I always save a fruit for the afternoon. So I always have like a fruit and a teaspoon, like fruit and peanut butter, or fruit and, I don't know, nuts again. So you can have the same snacks for the morning time and in the afternoon. It just depends on what you have going on. So we'll just assume that we're going to put the same snacks that we have up above, and we'll use that for the bottom portion. Okay, now dinner. What the heck are we going to do? So let's just go with it. First, look at your schedule. Do you have a late night? Do you need to, when you come home, do you already need to have dinner ready? So maybe that's going to be a crock pot meal, or maybe you're going to have leftovers that day. Do you have plans with friends? Are you going to a restaurant? That's something that you're going to want to look at. While I'm at this, and Amanda, you might need to redirect my thoughts back to dinner when I'm done with this. But when you go out to eat, some healthy go-to options would be a salad with no dressing, or ask for the dressing on the side. Salads the best things would be salad with a grilled or steamed protein and no cheese. Like, just keep it very basic, and you can get lemon wedges and you can squirt lemon over top of your salad, and it adds a lot of flavor. You might think I'm crazy right now, but it actually tastes really good when you get in the groove of eating this way. Your taste buds will change, and you'll actually love this food because you crave what you eat. So that's a good option. If you are going to McDonald's, say it's inevitable, your kids, like, you've already created a routine, you guys are going to go there, whatever it is, a play date, stick with the salad, no dressing. You could do I don't know, what do they have? You can get scrambled eggs any time of day. Now that they have breakfast any time of day, you could do oats and scrambled eggs.
You can do their grilled chicken sandwich with no bread on it.
That's a good idea.
Use the chicken, eat the chicken, and then the lettuce and stuff that comes with it, and just cut it up and eat it.
Good idea. That's awesome. And if you go to Wendy's, there's the chili. Get a small chili with maybe eat half of the baked potato. Chipotle, get a salad, no dressing. Trust me, no dressing at Chipotle. But get a salad with protein and get the veggies. And if you have a blue left, get the guacamole. But I wouldn't do the cheese, but it's still going to be a lot of flavor for you. You could even do the hot sauce too. But stick with steamed and grilled veggies, steamed and grilled proteins, and if you have to do a yellow while you're out, pick and choose. Tell them not to even bring the bread to the table if it's at a restaurant, a sit-down restaurant, or the chips. Don't bring them. You don't want them. You don't even get them out of your face. You don't even want them. Yeah, so hopefully that'll help too when you go out to eat. And if you're a drinker, wine is allowed on this plan. So 4 ounces of wine, you're allowed 3 times a week if you want, and it would count as a yellow. So if you would just have to give up one of your yellows for the day. Water with lemon squeezes in it is also a good option. Okay, so let's tackle some of those dinners. The thing that I just did this last week was kind of go with different themes for every day. So let's do Meatloaf Monday. And you could have like a cauli mash with it, cauliflower mash. Taco Tuesday, that's always fun. Mexican is my all-time favorite, and it's so easy to I could eat it every day of my life. So we have tacos or Mexican-inspired dishes once a week for sure. That's another way that you can plan if you're like, I don't know what to do. Like, kind of go around the globe. Like, okay, have you had Italian? Have you had Mexican? Have you had Chinese? Have you had American? I know a super easy dish for us is grilled burgers, and we just don't eat the buns, and we usually do asparagus or green beans with it, and I eat them like fries because I love fries and I don't eat them anymore. So I just eat the green beans or asparagus like I would a fry, and it just satisfies that craving. Okay, so Taco Tuesday. Let's do Wednesday. I don't have anything crazy for Wednesday. Let's do flat out pizzas on Wednesday. And then let's do kebabs on Thursday. That's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So for Friday, let's do that. Let's do a burger with asparagus. And Saturday, stuffed peppers. So then we'll get our Italian kick there. Well, we have pizza too, but whatever. And then let's do steak Sunday. You can do any type of lean steak. So sirloin and flank steak are the cheapest, but if you're going to do a flank steak, you want to make sure that you marinate it so that it's not super tough. And then you'd have to pick one type of veggie. And then treats. Treats, you're allowed 3 times a week. Treats would include a teaspoon of chocolate. So if you're a chocolate lover, that would count. And what you would do is just take away one of the yellows that you had earlier. well, you would skip that. You wouldn't take it away after you had it. That would be gross. But let's just say some of your treat options for the week would be a teaspoon of chocolate or maybe 2 cups of popcorn, unbuttered, not salted or anything, but you can add in like coconut oil and cinnamon on your popcorn, and that tastes pretty good. So let's just put popcorn, and maybe wine would be the other one. Okay, so then the next thing would be to look at this. Whoop, whoop. See how I did it? Is that what yours looks like too? Yeah, girl. Love it. So then you would go back through and see what you already have in your pantry and what you already have in the fridge. And then if you need it, add it to the grocery list. So I have Shakeology, but I know I'm going to need almond milk. So I'm going to write down unsweetened almond milk there. And then omelet, I know I'm going to need eggs and spinach at the top. And the way that I do my grocery list is I kind of do it in the order that I walk through the store. If anybody else is like me with that, let's hit the rock there. So I keep the veggies at the top, and then I go into like any of the aisles. So any of the cans, the canned sauces, anything like that, condiments. And then at the very bottom, I'll go to like eggs and milk, and then the frozen section. And then I go to checkout. Now, protein goes after. The way that I walk through, protein goes after my veggies. It just helps me. I don't know why. So I need spinach and mushrooms and peppers. And then we're going to need fruit and veggies for our snacks. And I just put what I need it for. The fruits that I tend to stick with are berries. So blueberries, raspberries, blackberries. I don't like strawberries. I know, judge me. It's fine. But I don't like strawberries unless they're like that perfect bite where you're like, oh, I can eat this all day long. But half the time they're sour or gross or whatever. So you want to put the fruit there, veggies, hummus. And then let's do the Greek yogurt down below. We're going to make sure that we have peanut butter or almond butter, your choice, or sun butter. And whenever you buy peanut butter, you want to make sure that you have it without added sugar. Our go-to, we buy the organic Smuckers, and it's the creamy or the chunky, but they're really, really good. We have eggs. So mason jar salad, we already have spinach on there. Maybe cherry tomatoes. Okay, so for protein, we're going to need the chicken. We're going to need brown rice, broccoli. So you get the point. You just go through all of it, and you just tally up what you need and what you don't need. Okay, next, get your second sheet of paper. Boop. Write down container breakdown at the top of it. So before I do anything else, I write down how many containers I need. So I need, let's see, we need green, purple, red, yellow, blue, orange, teaspoon. So if we're doing tier 1, that's 3 green, 2 purple, 4 red, 2 yellow, 1 blue, 1 orange, and 2 teaspoons. And I write this at the top so that I know what I have going on. I know that I can kind of tally it that way. And I do have tally sheets, and I do have like an online system that I use. So if you want some of that information, reach out to me and I'll be more than happy to share it with you. Okay, so then for breakfast, I go back through, and you can even write this. Where is it? On next to it, if that's easier for you. I like to make sure that my day is planned. So the night before, this is where you might want to do this. So say we're going to have Shakeology for breakfast. That's going to count as 1 red. And if you do a fruit with that, that's going to count as 1 purple. And then for snack, let's just say we're going to do veggie and hummus. Veggie and hummus is going to count as 1 green and 1 blue. And then for lunch, let's go ahead and do chicken, rice, and broccoli. And that's going to count as 1 red, 1 yellow, and 1 green. Snack, I like to keep my fruit, so let's do a fruit with maybe a teaspoon of peanut butter. That's going to count as 1 purple and 1 teaspoon. And then dinner, we're doing the meatloaf cauliflower mash, right? So that's going to count as 1 red and 1 green, probably 1 teaspoon too. So then I go back through and I see what other things I need to add in there. So I count up how many reds I have. So we have the Shakeology, the chicken, and dinner. 1, 2, 3. So I need 1 more protein. So maybe for my snack, I'll add in Greek yogurt. So then that'll add in another red. Greek yogurt. So then I have 1 red there too. And I have a blue, but I don't have an orange. So why not add in, I don't know, sunflower seeds on top of the Greek yogurt? That'll add a nice little crunch. Or you could do pecans, walnuts, whatever. So that's how I kind of fill in the blanks for that day. So at night, the night before, I prep what I need for the next day, and I go through it like that. Yeah, sound good? And then the third sheet, after you go to the grocery, you have always take a list into the grocery. Always, 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 always do it. You'll end up buying more than you need if you don't, or you'll forget something, and that's very frustrating. But on your third list, write down the game plan for what you need to prep, what you can cook in advance or what you can do. So Sean usually has 1 separate lunch that he does, and he eats it throughout the entire week. And I usually do 1 lunch and I eat it throughout the entire week too. So on Sundays, tomorrow is my day to game plan for that. So I know that I need to, so I'm going to write this down. I need to make Sean's lunch. And then I need to prep my lunch, make my lunch. What about any of the veggies that I have? Like, I know Mondays are usually crazy. It's the first day of the week. I don't know, it just has a different vibe, you know, kind of finding your groove again after relaxing for a couple of days. So if you have any veggies that you need to chop up in advance, you can chop your veggies. So if you're going to do that and you want to do it for the entire week, I would just put them in separate containers and label them what day they go to. So for meatloaf, you're probably going to have peppers and onions and the cauliflower, whatever you need to do to prep for that. So I would write that down. So prep Monday's dinner. What else would we do? If you have any meats that you're going to marinate, you're going to want to marinate those meats on that day. If you're making hard-boiled eggs for the week for snacks, you're going to want to hard-boil those eggs. And the way that I hard-boil eggs, that works well every time I do it. I put the eggs in the pan. I fill it up with water. I add a lot of salt to it, and then I turn it on the stove to high. Once it comes to a boil, I let it boil like a hard boil, like, oh, I gotta keep an eye on these. I boil it for 3 minutes, take it off, and I let it sit for 15 minutes. And then I drain the water, and Sean won't peel a hard-boiled egg before he eats it, so I freaking peel all of those hard-boiled eggs for him, and then I just label them in the fridge so that he knows that he can grab them and go. But that's like a surefire way to do hard-boiled eggs. Let's see. Oh, if we have kebabs on the list, go ahead and chop up all of those things that you need for that and marinate the meat for that. You will not regret prepping ahead of time, but you may regret not prepping, just like you never regret a workout that you do, but you always regret the one that you skipped. I think that's all I have. It can be a little intimidating at first, but find something that works, find a system that works, and just go all in with it. And the more you do it, the more comfortable it's going to be and the more like second nature it is. And I'm more than happy to meal plan with you. And I know a lot of our teammates are too. So reach out to your coach and let's get you started on something. Do you have anything, Amanda, that you want to include with that?
Nope, you did great.
Awesome. Well, I hope you guys have an awesome day. And remember that you are beautiful, you are worthy, and you can do anything you put your mind to. And just take the time to invest into meal prepping and meal planning because it's a total game changer, y'all. Be blessed. Have a good day.